everyone, and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. It's later on a Friday, and I wish I could sit here and tell you the reason why I'm starting later than normal, aka around 8 p.m. is because I was in the city doing something adventurous, you know, hanging out with who knows who in Soho, grabbing like a trendy dinner. But no, I was just sitting on my couch eating Chipotle, and I lost track of time, and I was like, oh, I need to start my reading vlog. Millie felt very inspired to start playing with her toy right now. So yeah, I've been taking it easy on the couch. It's been a bit of a long work week, and I hung out with some friends last night, so I'm a little sleepy, so definitely wanting to take it easy this Friday. But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about what I want to read this weekend. So actually, before I dive in, I'm trying to be a little more adventurous and read things that are maybe a little more Halloween appropriate, like a little spooky, and I'm normally really bad about spooky, but I'm gonna give it a go. So hopefully I'm not too scared. Hello, Matilda. Can you hold off on the toy for just like, give me a few minutes? You maybe go in the other room. First book I plan to read this weekend is one that I'm currently already reading. I'm halfway through. It is The Girl in the Tower, which is the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm loving this book so far. I wish I had more time to have read it this past week, but hey, have this weekend to read it now. It's so good. I am loving it so much. It's hard to describe what it's about. I mean, the first one follows our main character, Vasya. She's growing up in like 15th century Russia. She lives in the wilderness with her family. She basically has some magical abilities, and she tries to use them to save her family. However, because of the time period and because her powers aren't very orthodox, she's also ostracized, and so this is just the continuation of her story. I'm liking it a lot so far because it involves her family still, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, and it also has more than one setting. Like we have the Moscow setting, which I think is so good so far, and the atmosphere is fantastic. I want to read some of The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. This was a last reading vlog goal too, but then I got too scared. But you know, you gotta just keep trying. You can't give up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to read some of this. But the other book I hope to completely read this weekend is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which is a murder mystery set in a boarding school in the Northeast. Seems like a perfect, almost Halloween read, and one I've been meaning to read for a while. I think something compulsive. I'm also just like in the mood to read something that's like really addicting and has like a very plot forward story where you just constantly are turning the pages. But I really also feel like these are perfect like fall Halloween reads. We have atmosphere, we have murder, and we have murder. Doubling down on the murder this weekend. But yeah, those are my plans. Clay is out and about. He has a friend in town, and they're getting dinner in the city, but I was tired and wanted to eat Chipotle on the couch, so I'm here. I'm definitely gonna read some tonight, but I'm going to pick up the apartment a bit and probably watch some Real Housewives, and then I'm gonna go and read for a couple hours in bed and probably go to bed before like 11 p.m. and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Decided to switch it up and watch Below Deck instead, you know? Gotta keep things fresh. Look who's home.
It's me.
He disrupted my reading. I had a nice thing going with this candle, and he brought someone with him.
Hey, where's your coffee?
Trying to steal all my coffee.
I'm sorry, I really need a cup of coffee.
Okay, well, I'll help.
I got this pillow to match my shoes. I'm gonna have to walk around for the rest of the day with this pillow.
I mean, it does coordinate nicely.
It's fashion.
Alright, I went into the bedroom to read, and I actually said, bye nerds, I'm gonna go read. Millie said, me too, nerds. And then she ran in here, and here we are. But yes, I've come into the bedroom to read. I'm about halfway through The Girl in the Tower. Loving this book so much. I'm not quite sure if I've given a very good and clear synopsis, but this is a sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale, which I've mentioned is a Russian historical fantasy novel. Things that I'm liking so far about this book, because it's halfway through, it's really expanded like the Russian world, if you will. The first book really took place only in a small town, versus this book we're exploring the wilderness, we're in Moscow, we're really seeing Vasya have to encounter like new and different landscapes and new and different types of people, both powerful and not. I also like this book because Vasya is grown up. There's quite a bit of time that passes in the first one. So it's not that it's like time passing between the first and the second, it's just there's a lot of time that passes in the first one. So it's interesting to have a book where she is a young adult throughout the entire thing. Well, At least I'm halfway through, so it's interesting to see her so far anyway. A lot of interesting characters. I mentioned how I really like that a lot of her family members are present in this. I wasn't expecting that. As well as some other characters, which I'm shipping with her pretty hard right now. That being said, this book just has such great atmosphere, and I just feel like she handles the historical time period so well that I can't wait to read. So I'm gonna do that now. I have about 160 pages left, so let's see if I can finish it tonight. It's 10 o'clock, so I might fall asleep, but I'm gonna try. Hi everyone, very brief update because I am so invested in my book right now, so tired. But I read another 70 pages and something just literally left me speechless. Can't talk about it, obviously, but my mouth literally went like this. Oh, this book is really good. Ugh, it's so good. I can't recommend this series more, guys. It has such great historical elements, fantasy. It has like everything. The historical setting is amazing and realistic, which adds such great stakes and frustrations. Ugh. Matilda is being so weird. There's a pillow under the quilt. And she's just like sitting on it so strangely. You gonna lay down? You just gonna smell? Okay. Hello, good morning everyone. I am fully dressed and feel a little bit like Sleeping Beauty because I slept 11 hours last night. I went to bed at 11:30 and woke up at 10. So I feel honestly the most well rested I have felt in weeks, which I suppose makes the whole, you know, sleeping your life away worth it. I've just been sitting on the couch this morning reading my last few pages of The Girl in the Tower. I fell asleep last night with about 50 pages left, so not much. Read over 100 pages last night, which I am happy with. Right now everyone's getting ready and we're gonna go to Brooklyn Heights and have a cute little breakfast lunch thing. I'm gonna try to get an Instagram, eat, and then I'm gonna come home and read more before my hair appointment later today, and they're gonna go off into the city. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna sit and read for a bit. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll take you to breakfast. Breakfast food is in the building. Yes. Hi guys, I've been home for a bit. I've been an absolute potato though. I've been meaning to film, but I couldn't think of what I wanted to film, so I've just been watching booktube videos, you know, just to like, one, get inspired about like what other people are chatting about, but then two, just because I'm a little behind. So I've been watching a lot of those. But now I feel like I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna film a review today based on a lot of feedback I've gotten. I've gotten quite a few comments like wanting more reviews, and I haven't posted a review in a while, so I think I'm gonna do that and then my book haul. But I'm gonna get to filming, then I'm gonna get to read it. Okie dokie, bye. I've been trying to film the same video for 45 minutes. They're pouring concrete outside of my apartment on a Saturday, and it just keeps going in and out. They've stopped. So I'm gonna jump off now and try to finish my video. Whew! Here with Millie. I finished filming. It took me probably twice as long as it normally would have due to the construction, but you know, staying positive. I have about an hour, maybe a little less, until my hair appointment, so I'm gonna sit here and read first the last like 15 pages I have of The Girl in the Tower, tell you my final thoughts about that book, and then, excuse me, I am going to jump into Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which I feel like is the perfect fall read, at least I hope it is. Murder mystery set in a boarding school in the Northeast. And then I might meet up with, and then I'll go to my hair appointment. And then I'm gonna try to meet up with Clay for dinner and maybe some friends after that with my new glorious locks. I feel like when you get your hair done, you just have to make plans. Like you have to go out into the world so people can be like, wow, your hair looks really great. And you're like, oh, thank you. I just rolled out of bed like this. Just kidding. But I do feel like I need to debut them to the world. I gotta do something. And then tomorrow I'm just gonna spend all day reading because I filmed today. So that's good. I'm so happy I got that done, even with the construction people trying to ruin my productivity. But it's so, I will say, it gets stressful when something like that happens because like I want to make these videos to put out during the week and I can't film during the week because I work like 9 to 6:30 during the week, and they've already taken my you can wake up before you leave to work filming time because they start at like 8 a.m. and the sun's not up fully prior to then, and like I also need to get a full night's sleep. So I'm like, you can't take my Saturday filming too, guys. But anyway, I got it done and that's all that matters. They can't cramp my style too much. So I'm gonna read now and then I'm gonna get my hair done and then I'm gonna get dinner hopefully. Wow, it got really sunny. Hey guys, quick check-in. I finished The Girl in the Tower. This book screwed me up at the end. I literally finished and the first thing I did was Google if there was gonna be a book 3, and there is. It comes out in January, thank God. This book is just so good. It combines so many elements so well. It has such a strong fairy tale reference, and it also uses like true Russian folklore and kind of puts a spin on it for this purpose of the story, and it's just amazing. And the other thing I really appreciate, and I've kind of mentioned, but I think I'll go in a little more in depth as to why I really enjoyed it, is the historical significance of the time period. And don't get me wrong, what I'm about to explain doesn't usually bother me too much, but I do respect this book for taking it, I guess, a little more seriously. Like, I have read a lot of YA, for example, that's set in like the 15th century, and I think the time period is hinted at, and obviously if a girl is growing up in this time period, like, she's not trusted in society if she's a little more adventurous, but generally her main character isn't too like brought down by that, in that like she'll figure it out. Like, she'll either be adventurous regardless, people will learn to love her and accept her for who she is. But I feel like Catherine Arden takes the time period very, very seriously, and the consequences of a woman trying to go outside of her station or going outside of what society deems her able to do. And it just adds such an interesting layer of not only history but like fear. Like, reading this, just the consequences that she could possibly fall into of being called a witch, and what that means for her and her entire family, for her sister, for her brother. And it's just so like rich. Like, she just really thinks about all angles of this story, from the fantasy, from the characters, from the history to the writing. It's just such a joy to read. It's dark and it's kind of scary, like, not gonna lie. Last night I was reading it and I was like a little scared, just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it has such great atmosphere, so well written and amazing. I love Vasquez as a main character. I love that we've seen her grow up throughout this series, and I cannot wait for the 3rd one. I have so many feels, so many feels. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars, The Girl in the Tower. So glad I loved it as much as the first one. So now I'm gonna pick up Truly Devious and try to read like 20 pages, but then I gotta go. Millie's being really cute right now, so I'm gonna pause and show you what's going on over here. She's just sitting in a basket. Little Millie in a basket. Yep. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm back from getting my hair done and cut. The color is a little different than what I was expecting, so I'm still kind of coming to grips with it. So I'm gonna skip over that part. But while I was getting my hair done, I read 50 pages of Truly Devious. I'm really liking this book so far. It is really entertaining, and I think it's a perfect kind of fall read. And I really love the Vermont like boarding school setting. I think that's really, really cool, and I'm liking that quite a bit. But I'm about to head out and meet up with Clay in Williamsburg for some dinner. It's kind of late. Getting your hair done takes hours. But I'll check in later. I'll definitely read tonight, but I'm gonna read a bunch tomorrow. But so far I've already read 200 pages this weekend, which is really great, especially because Sunday tends to be like my bulk reading day. So I'm pretty jazzed about how things are going so far. I will check in with you guys later. Skater. Hi everyone, I'm home from consuming so much pizza. I've just been laying in bed watching Netflix. I'm going to be reading more Truly Devious tonight, but I'll probably just watch mostly Netflix. Clay and Luis are in the living room watching basketball, and Millie and I are hanging out together. Good morning everyone. It's Sunday. That's Matilda. Sorry I didn't vlog a lot yesterday. I was really thrown off after my hair appointment, which sounds so dramatic. I know, I'm aware, but my hair turned out not like I was expecting, and it was very different than what I even came in with. But you know, I give myself a little bit of slack, because when you're paying a bunch of money for something, especially like with your hair, you want to feel great and you want it to at least turn out like what you asked for. But anyway, I'm sure they'll fix it. I'm gonna try to go in today. I showered a couple times to try to speed up the process, but if that doesn't help, I'm gonna try to go in today, and I'm sure he'll fix it. He was super nice. But right now I'm editing. It's like 9 a.m. and I think I'll probably go pick up a bagel, but I wanted to edit this review this morning and just be productive, you know, before football and before my potential second hair appointment. Got a coffee and a bagel. I'm gonna put Bravo on and I'm gonna turn this morning around. I also edited that whole video, which I'm actually pretty happy with, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, I'm gonna feast. Hi everyone, so I've consumed my bagel. This will be my very last hair mention of this entire vlog because I know no one cares as much as me. But it's like when it's your hair, you notice every change. I showered and washed it twice. It's gotten a lot brighter, I think. So I think I'm gonna pause. It's not a disaster, it's not an emergency, and I don't think it looks bad. So I'm gonna give it a week. I'm gonna see how it grows on me, and then if I need to go back, I'll go back. It's not a big deal, not the end of the world. So I've consumed my food. I'm on the couch with Matilda. She's right here. Hello. And I'm gonna read more Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. As I mentioned yesterday, I read about 50 pages of this at the salon, and I'm really liking it so far. It's engaging me a lot. I really love the setting, this northeastern Vermont boarding school, and so far the characters I think are really interesting. And I think it's gonna be jumping between present day and the past, which I also love. I am a little bit of a baby when it comes to scary things, but I do love murder mysteries, especially when they have a historical element to it. So I feel like I'm gonna really like this, and I feel like it's gonna be a really fast read. That being said, this weekend so far I've read over 210 pages. Definitely gonna try to read at least 300 pages today while I sit and watch football. And I did all my filming yesterday, so I only need to shoot a couple Instagrams today in my new icy blonde locks. I really love the cut. I said no more hair talk. We're moving on. So yeah, that's my plan, is to read Truly Devious. And I think it's literally the perfect. It's like kind of gloomy outside. It's gonna be great for Instagrams later, but better for books. So I really love this sweater, by the way. It's from And Other Stories. It's cropped. I think it's really nice and warm, and I think it's under $50, so I'll have that linked below. I hope this vlog wasn't too scattered. I'm really sorry I didn't vlog a lot yesterday. I am kind of embarrassed how much of a mood me not liking my hair put me in. I wish I was stronger and better than that. I wish I didn't care, but I do. Hair is something I guess I'm really attached to. But anyway, I'm excited to face this day. I'm feeling much better and much less dramatic. So, and I also have the apartment to myself. Hey, hey. Having a nice day with my favorite Trader Joe's puffs, my little Matilda. I've been reading my book on commercial breaks. It's beautiful and sunny outside. Having a great day. Are you, Millie? Are you? Hi everyone. Bears classically lost yet another heartbreaker, back-to-back weeks. But now that the football I, really closely pay attention to is over, I'm gonna sit on the couch and read for a little while. Ooh. Read. And then I think Clay and I are gonna get, dinner somewhere tonight, and I'm just gonna shoot a few Instagrams once the sun gets a little less intense out there. Yeah, so I'll be here, okay? Alrighty, now back to my Sunday priority, which is Truly Devious. Hanging on the couch with Clay. Doing what we do best, sitting on the couch. Gonna go out and shoot some Instagrams. I love this skirt so much for ModCloth. I wore this exact outfit to work earlier this week, and I was like, I need to Instagram that. So, fall. Whew. Clay and I are back from shooting Instagrams, and if I do say so myself, Clay, I think those are some of my favorite ones we've ever taken. You were masterful today. It's like a whirlwind out there running around trying to find fall leaves. But now I'm gonna go back to reading. Quick update, I'm on page 120 of Truly Devious, and I'm liking it so much. I don't often read things set in like our world, so I feel like this is a pretty strong statement when I say I love this school setting. I love these contemporary characters mixed with the historical setting. I think they're fun. I think I especially love our main character. I think she's really unique. I really like our main character. I find her perspective to be really fresh. I enjoy how she approaches the world and how she describes the world around her. She's a detective, so she just notices all of these minute details and likes to call them out. The boarding school setting is honestly couldn't have wanted it to be better. Like, it's set in Vermont. It has this eerie, mysterious, weird, quirky setting, and Maureen Johnson is just doing such a good job writing about it. This is the perfect Halloween book. I'm so glad I picked it up this fall. Clay and I are going out to dinner a little further away from home tonight, but I'm definitely gonna pick up and read this a bit more. I'm gonna try to get to page like 175 before we go, and then when we come back, I'll read more. But this book is awesome. I'm loving it. It's also flying through it, breezing through it. So easy to read, amazing. Clay went jacketless on this pretty chilly night. I, on the other hand, am in full sweater and coat. Don't you forget it, Clay. Was interrupted by the arrival of the cheese curds. Classic diner experience. We got the same thing. Burger. Clay and I are back from dinner, right, Clay?
Yep.
I said, right, Clay?
Yep.
So our plan for tonight is football's on, but we're gonna put Avatar: The Last Airbender on because Clay hasn't watched any new episodes in a while, and making him watch that instead of football. The good girlfriend I am. And then I think we're gonna go read in the bedroom because Clay's reading what?
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just kidding. The book thief.
And you're liking it so far?
It's very good.
Yeah, so he's gonna read a bit more of that, and then we might watch some Friends, which we've started. Ooh, before we get started on Avatar: The Last Airbender though, I wanna show them the Reese's we got. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
So we went to CVS because I was trying to find those really delicious sugar Halloween cookies that are literally just the best seasonal cookies that come out. They didn't have them, but I did find the most wild candy. Well, I think it's pretty wild. I'm very interested to see how it tastes. They are the Reese's Glow in the Dark. Like, what? Fun glowing wrappers inside. Oh, is it just the candy that's glowing? Like the wrappers, Clay?
Maybe.
Oh gosh, now I feel really dumb. Clay and I bought these because we thought the inside of them was
Open it up.
glow in the dark. I think it's just the wrappers. All right, Clay. Let us know if it's green on the inside, like we thought, or it was just, now I'm realizing I think it's just the packaging. Is it green?
I'm very excited.
Oh, they're like those kind. I thought they would be like pumpkins. I think it's just gonna be normal. Do they glow in the dark? We were duped by the advertising. Darn it. They're beginning. I think we're on episode 6. We just watched, the last episode we saw, Clay, was about King Boomy. And so now,
Episode 6.
I think so. It happened so fast. They're not very long. Alrighty, 3 episodes. Excuse me. 3 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender later. We just finished the winter solstice. How are you feeling about Avatar right now, Clay? How are you feeling?
It's getting more and more interesting.
Yeah? Thoughts, feelings?
I like it.
You like it?
It's fun.
Who's your favorite character?
Aang, the main character.
Yeah?
He has the most personality.
Mine's Uncle Iroh.
Oh yeah, actually that guy is the best.
I was like, how can he not say Uncle Iroh?
Yeah, it's Uncle Iroh.
And I also really like Sokka,
Who's Sokka?
the brother. He's kind of dorpy, dweeby. He really grows on you. You just gotta wait.
My problem is it's like the same type of joke every single time.
Yeah, he's like
in
you.
the scene. Maybe. It's like someone says something. Here's something stupid said about it, and then it's like, all right, scene keeps going.
Anyway, yeah, not everyone can be as baller as Uncle Iroh. But now we've come to the bedroom to read. I am gonna try to read over 100 more pages of Truly Devious. And Clay, what are you reading, guys?
15 pages.
How many?
15.
Oh, 15? That's great.
I'm very sleepy.
I know you
I'll
are
fall
really
asleep.
sleepy. So, 100 pages, 15 pages. Let's go. High five. Break. Hi, everyone. Quick update. Clay is asleep. And I have just read, oh, he's awake. I've just finished 70 pages of Truly Devious. I'm really loving this book so much. It has the perfect combination of like very easy to read, very interesting characters, but it has a really dark mystery at its core that's driving the plot forward in a way that I'm finding so entertaining. But more than I love that this is a boarding school setting, but beyond that it's like a special school, meaning that the students are all very smart or unique or talented, therefore their classes are not like traditional high school. It almost feels like they're in college, to be honest, which I think is kind of cool. As a reader, I like that they get to take cool, unique classes that are based on their interests, And again, as I mentioned previously, Stevie as a main character I'm loving. It's cool to have a sleuth as your main point of view. Like, she's constantly evaluating and questioning everything that she's seeing and pointing out details that I would never notice. And it's so cool to see her, you know, passionate about this mystery and like trying to solve it. And then between her chapters, concurrently getting chapters from 1936 that kind of explain some of the background and the context to what's going on. I think it's a really well-crafted book. It's highly entertaining, and I am flying through it, really liking it. Thought I would check in, but I'm gonna turn this camera off and go right back into reading it. So I'm checking in. I just got to a scary part. I thought the mystery was isolated to the past. Stop it. Anyway, the storyline is starting to get by. It's not really a spoiler. It's in the synopsis and I'm just now remembering it. But it got my heart rate going. And Clay just booed me too. Hi everyone, it is currently the next day, the customary end of the vlog the next day, throwing Millie her toy. I'm already in pajamas because I just literally got home from work and put pajamas on and I was like, wait, I need to film the end of the vlog. So sorry I'm not all, I don't know, dressed, but I don't think you'll mind. But I wanted to chat about everything I read over this past weekend. I'm actually pretty darn pleased with what I ended up reading. Like, yes, I could have read more, but I did read a total of 460 pages, which I think is a pretty solid amount, given that, you know, I also try to balance that and hang out with friends. Sometimes you just have amazing reading weekends, and sometimes you have pretty good ones, which I think this one was. But the first thing I completed was The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. I had the remaining 160 pages left of this incredible historical fantasy book. This is the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars, and spoiler alert, gave the sequel 5 out of 5 stars. I love this world. The author takes so much care in crafting true ambiance and like really utilizes Russian history to its fullest to inspire the story. This is not just like a fantasy world that has like Russian influence. Like, this is truly set in Russia and has fantastical elements, which is just something I really appreciate. The characters, their motivations all make sense in the historical time period, as well as the struggles and the difficulty of characters like beginning to understand each other. Like, what I love most is you have siblings that love each other so much, but they still have trouble grappling with the motivations and the understanding of some of their siblings that are just so different and outside the societal norm, which I just feel like makes so much sense. Anyway, the sequel is amazing. I can't wait for the third book because, whew, this book really keeps you going to the end. The plot was just next level. We got to see so much more of Russia in this book. Seriously, 5 out of 5 stars. And then I picked up Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I've already read 300 pages of this book, which I feel like is a true testament to how enjoyable this book is to read. This exceeded all of my expectations, and my expectations were pretty high for this book, but I'm loving every second of it. It is a little scary, but that's coming from someone who's literally scared of everything, me. But this is a YA mystery novel set on a secluded Vermont boarding school, and it basically centers around a girl in current day, Stevie, who is fascinated with solving crimes and wants to work for the FBI, as well as the school's like very famous mystery of the very rich benefactor of the school and founder of the school's family was kidnapped and they were never found. Definitely inspired by a very famous story of a similar vein from like from the real world. But I'm liking this book so much. I mean, the school setting is awesome in the boarding school setting. I really love how unique the studies are in the school. And the reason why I think I like that so much is because the classes are so different than what I had in high school that it sort of makes me feel like it's fantasy, but it's definitely real life. But does that make sense? Like, it's a school setting that's so different from my own, it kind of feels like fantasy. And also, all the students at the school are very passionate about learning, which I also think is really cool. So, loving this so much. The mystery is gripping me. It jumps between present and past, which I really like. I flew through the first 300 pages. Such a gripping story. Can't wait to finish this. Alrighty guys, that is my reading vlog. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry if it was a little weird in terms of formatting this time around. I'm gonna be trying to do a 24-hour straight of reading soon. I have a random day off in November, which I'm excited about. And so I might do it that weekend, but hopefully. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you soon with another video soon. Goodbye.